What if your next pair of glasses can live stream, take videos and photos, play music, and talk to AI all hands-free? That, my friends, is the power of the Meta glasses. Hey everybody, I'm Massimo, and welcome back to the only channel on YouTube that covers in-depth videos of cars and streetwear. And today we're going over a quick review of the Meta glasses. I got the Meta glasses, which one are these? Headliners. Yeah, they're like the weird hipster quirky ones. I just got these ones because I thought they're different. Everybody usually goes to like the normal regular boxy pair of Meta glasses. I wanted to be a little bit different. You know, my friend Leanne roasted me a little bit because he says they look a little bit feminine. I don't think so, but before we get into this video, be sure to like and share for that YouTube algorithm, as well as subscribe. Any support would just be awesome. Now let's get right into the video. All right, first off, I like to always talk about like the boxes of things. I already unboxed this thing, so here's what the case looks like. I really like the case of the Meta glasses because they're just a normal pair of Ray-Ban case. Luckily, I have an actual pair of Ray-Ban cases for sunglasses, and here's the Meta ones. I mean, they're pretty much identical. It's not even much like thicker or bigger, which is pretty impressive. So I really like that low profile look of these. When you open up the flap right here, you kind of have a little right there. It tells you whether or not the glasses are charged or not, or have been charging. When they are charging, they will actually light up yellow like so, which is pretty cool. And these things are charged via USB-C. The case is also done in this very nice brown leather with some, and if you open up the flap, we have some nice soft suede right there, and a little bit of a logo right there, Ray-Ban Metas. Pretty cool. Opening up the glasses, here they are. Closer look at the Ray-Ban Meta headliner sunglasses. These things come in so many different types of pairs now. I mean, I think even like Oakley is getting a pair of Meta glasses, so hopefully we're starting to get some luxury designers like Gucci or Louis Vuitton will probably hop on this. But yeah, so let's just go dive right into the styling of the sunglasses. So the headliner has these nice circular lenses, fairly dark tint on them, and on the right side here we have a little Ray-Ban logo, and you can kind of notice a little bit on the corner of the sunglasses there is a little camera right there, camera there and camera there, so you guys can take a lot of snazzy photos with these. So I'm going to show you some photos that I took while I was on vacation. So yeah, the glasses do take pretty good photos. It is pretty wide though, so if you do take a photo, just know it's not really focused. It will take a photo of literally everything that you're surrounded by, so it could be good or bad depending on what type of photographer you are. And also these things can take really good video. So here's a video of me driving a Lamborghini in Italy while I was wearing the Meta bed and sunglasses. I really like how they did the center right here. I don't really know what this is called. I'm just going to call it the bridge, but it's kind of looped, humped over. I really like how they did the center portion right here. It's kind of looped over. And if you look at the bottom right here, this is actually how you charge the sunglasses. Right there, there's two prongs. Nose pad. That's what it's called. I just had to Google it because I needed to show you guys now the temples of the glasses. So the temples is pretty much where all the magic is at, all the hardware technology. So they do kind of give up a little bit of a heavy vibe when you open them up. And the hinges on these temples, man, are thick. I mean, look at that. That is some pretty girthy sunglass hinges, but it still looks pretty discreet though. You wouldn't really know too much that these things are some high-tech sunglasses, which I like. They're just a little bit thicker than usual, but honestly, that's kind of the style right now. If you do look at like the Prada sunglasses or like the Versace sunglasses I've been reviewing, they all have pretty thick temples. And the temples on these are not really much to yap about. They're kind of just plain and basic. It's kind of really thick right here, and they kind of thinning out. On each side, they do have a logo right there for Ray-Ban, and on the inner portion there is some more text. The side says right here Ray-Ban and the model you got, so Ray-Ban Meta headliner right there. I had to zoom in a little bit for you guys. Made in China, of course. Hopefully don't get tariffed. Oh, something I just noticed on the hinges, I almost forgot to point out this detail, there's actually a little Meta logo right there. Yeah, that's pretty dope. And then the other side, it's just some regular serial information, nothing fancy there. So I guess now it's time to put on the sunglasses. Show what you guys look like on head. Alrighty, so as soon as you put on the sunglasses, one, they are pretty nice and stylish. I like the look of them, of course. And they honestly don't feel that much heavier than a normal pair of sunglasses. Like, designer sunglasses actually are pretty heavy, and I would honestly say are sometimes even heavier than these. These actually feel pretty comfortable. I wouldn't say as light as normal Ray-Bans, but slightly heavier, but I would say on the same scale as like some beefy designer sunglasses. And also, as soon as you put them on, you kind of hear all the noises and everything, like it's connecting, you know, making all these jingles and stuff. And yeah, it also has a little button on top here. So this button is used for your camera. So if you press the button right here, bam, a little light will show up right there, showing, you know, everybody that you just took a photo. And there's also another light on the inner portion right here, so you can also see the light and the glasses are functioning. Pretty cool, pretty cool. And if you hold down the button, you're starting to take a video, and the light will always kind of just like remain on. Pretty dope. And there's also some controls on the side, like for volume controls and skipping the song or something like that if you're using these as just normal speakers. And I do like using these as normal speakers because the quality, it's not too bad. I mean, it gets the job done, but I like watching videos and stuff like that without having to put on earbuds, so it makes it seem like, you know, I'm still connected with reality and not like wired into my phone world or something. You know, I'm still like vibing with everybody while I'm hearing stuff. And if you want to talk to the Meta glasses, because Meta AI is built into this, you just simply say, "Hey Meta," and the light goes out to show that it heard you, and just ask a question like, "Hey Meta, what's the weather today?" It is currently 93 degrees here in St. Louis. Please pray for us. It does get pretty steamy, but yeah, it's pretty cool. And these things, you can do a lot of things, you know, besides just asking questions. Like the biggest thing I was doing with them was when I was in Italy, was actually using them to translate signs. So I could have said things like, "Hey Meta, translate the sign in front of me." It would take a photo of the sign and actually translate it from Italian to English back to you, which I thought was really cool. But yeah, enough about the tech. I mean, we're just here for mostly the fashion stuff of the Meta glasses. So here's what they look like on my face from this side and the other side. Once again, really slick profile, man. I mean, no one could really tell that these things were even like Meta glasses. I remember I was talking to people and like, "Yeah, I got the Meta glasses." Like, "Wait, those are the Meta glasses?" And someone was like, "No, they're not. No, they're not Meta glasses." And then I have to like show them, like take a photo or something to show them like, "Yeah, I got cameras right here and everything, and these are the new Meta glasses." And it was quite the party trick. Like, a lot of people were invested, and they do spark quite the conversation. So you can honestly get these for attention. But yeah, I guess that's really all is to it for the Meta glasses. So if I had to give a scale of the Meta glasses on a scale 1 to 10, actually, I'll give these a 9 out of 10. These are pretty freaking great sunglasses. I mean, for $300, which is, I think it's like a couple $100 to $100 more than a regular pair of Ray-Bans, you get all these high-tech features. Still get that Ray-Ban styling and everything. I would say that's 100% worth it. Obviously, it doesn't score perfect 10 because, you know, anybody can get these. They're not really too special. Anything 10 out of 10 are reserved for those rare unicorn stuff. And yeah, 100% would say that these are worth it. Like $300, no problem. I would definitely recommend getting yourself a pair of these. And yeah, that's really I gotta say for the Meta Band sunglasses in the headliner configuration. What'd you guys think about it? Comment down below your opinion, like and share for that YouTube algorithm, and last but certainly not least, subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next video.